So the idea of this session is to start making a web page from absolute scratch, and that's for absolute beginners as well who never made a page before, and kind of show the bare minimum and also maybe highlight how easy it is to create a web page from scratch, because often today what I see, people need to make a website and they go to all the crazy tools, and then they end up in the situation where they want to customize something and it become very, very complicated to do a simple thing. This is a general thing I think about any framework. Any framework allows you to make hard things simple and simple things complicated. This is what I usually encounter when I work with larger frameworks. So I'm gonna give a little sort of idea how we can start writing some HTML, and then we're gonna just have a session where we individually work on our website. It could be a blog, it could be a Mars page, art page, it can be a portfolio page, whatever you like. And then Alejandro and we can walk around and assist anybody who needs help and answer the questions. And so, I don't know, since we all know terminal now, how about we do it on terminal? Yeah? Everybody okay with that? I'm not gonna use UI. Yeah. So I go cd to my home directory. I usually do, I have a folder called PR, short for projects. I have all these projects here, so I will make new directory. Let's say hello HTML. Yeah, sure. And you can follow along if you want, which I think would be helpful for people who never done this before.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, hi, Fig. You here for the workshop?
Yeah.
Nice. Great. We already started, but we just started, so.
Early.
Early?
Yeah, it's 8 to 10.
No, it's 7:30.
Oh, must have changed on the calendar.
So I'm here in this hello HTML directory. Let's create a file. I mean, actually, let's just open the code in this directory by just typing code and dot. That means open VS Code in the current directory. So if you don't have VS Code installed, you should install VS Code because you're going to type some text in it.
VS Code, but
so now I have a VS Code open in this hello HTML directory. And I mean, if you didn't fall on the terminal, so you can go file and open folder in VS Code. It's normal. So let's create a file. We will call it index.html in here. And that's just a convention. Usually an entry point of any website called index.html by convention. So there's nothing special about this besides the convention. And so let me make it bigger here. We're gonna do like pretty slow, I guess. So if I type this, it's going to produce a closing tag. So this is a HTML is a markup language. It's basically a structured declarative language that consists of tags, and it consists in particular an opening and the closing tag. So if you understand that, you already understand the most important part about HTML. And the tags can include other tags. I have you see this autocomplete, I'm going to disable this. This is a copilot autocomplete. Copilot completion disabled. Okay. So we go on, the first thing we type is the HTML. This is also just by convention, and inside we can type some text. Let's say, and we do a body there. And it's closed, VS Code closing it for me automatically. And inside here I can say, hello world. So what we did right now, we created our first HTML page and first website. So how to view it? You can just go to this directory. In the terminal, you can do open dot. So it's going to open it in Finder. And so this is our file. Also from VS Code, you can do right click, reveal in Finder. Same thing. So if you click on this page, it's going to open in your default web browser. And you can see we have hello world rendered on the page. And one thing I want to immediately show you how to actually see the source code of the web page. So you can right click and do view page source. And you can see this is our HTML we just typed. It has a problem with it. I don't know what it is. Start tag seen without seeing a doc type. So we forgot to type this little thing that it's expect, but it's not a problem. The modern browsers are sort of like, they're very flexible. So this is one way to see the source. One much better way to see the source is right click and click inspect. And here, this is what's called DevTools in the browser. I'm using Firefox here, so you might look slightly different. And so on the DevTools, what's cool, it's like you can see all this stuff and it's interactive. And you can like select even elements and it'll point. Well, right now a document is very trivial, but on the larger document it's very helpful. So let's start adding more stuff here. So let's say we want a title on our page. And where do I get all the tag stuff? So the most important and great resource is Mozilla Development, MDN, and Network. What is it? Network? So this is a website maintained by Mozilla, and this is great. There's this HTML page, and they basically have a description of. First of all, it has all the things like that. Also interesting to read about this. It's some tutorials. But it has this page called HTML elements, and this is every possible elements that you can type in HTML. So what we are interested in is, where is it? So on this H tag, and it has like a nice example and stuff you can learn. So the H element represents 6 level section heading. So that's what we want, the heading. So we're gonna put this, let's actually type something meaningful. Let's say this is going to be a blog page. So we're gonna do a heading and do Kiv's blog. And so we wanna, and then we maybe start putting some blog entries. So we do heading 2, which is like a smaller heading. And then my day, I don't know. And so the next thing we want to put some text as the body, and for that you use the P tag, which is stands for paragraph. And so here we can type some text. If you start typing lorem, it's just like placeholder text. It gives you autocomplete. So it just types some what is it? What language is that? Latin. It's actually a pretty fun history about this snippets of code.
Wait, it's not actually Latin, is it?
It is actual Latin.
Oh, it is actually.
Yeah. Oh, so one important thing. So sometimes, especially I see with the beginner, stuff gets messed up like this. Like the indentation gets wacky, and then you don't see what's going on. This line is too long, right? It's like become kind of unwieldy. So one thing that you can do in VS Code, if you press Command Shift P. Command Shift P open this window that you can search basically any operation you can do in VS Code in this window.
Command Shift E?
P.
Oh, P.
Yeah. And this is very handy. What the operation, what we want format. We format document. So this one. So I press enter, and it's going to format my HTML. So every time like you feel like the formatting got messed up, just use this. There's also a shortcut for this, which is, and you need to know the shortcut because I do like every 3 minutes. I think it's on Mac. On Mac, it's Option Shift F.
Doesn't it say when you search with P?
Huh?
Doesn't it show when you search it with P?
Does it?
I'm asking.
Yeah, it does. Here. That show. So, all right, let's check our site. We can go back to this page and just refresh it. That's cool. So that now we already start like putting some context. You can see that it's loading it from it's using file. This the first part is the protocol. Usually this one is something like HTTP. And if you attended the previous lecture, I talked about a little bit about HTTP protocol and how does it send data over the web and all that stuff. But in this case, it's using file protocol, which just reads, it basically instructs browser to read this path from a location in disk.
Wait, what did you say Option Shift F was?
Yeah. How's it so far? People who are total noobs.
Wait, what did you say Option Shift F was?
Reformats everything.
Oh, just automatic. Okay,
It
that's
like
automatic.
gets all your indentation right.
Mm-hmm. So you see if my indentation is messed up like this, and it's like pretty confusing. So I didn't see stuff, and I do Command Shift F, and it just formats everything nice. So the next thing that would be Gandao, how's it? You're
It's
following?
pretty decent.
Yeah. Neil, you good?
I am a total noob, and right now I'm mirroring your text.
Mm-hmm. But you understand the basic idea and that we can open it and then great. And so I will show you a few tags, but the rest we're gonna sort of like explore on our own, and then I'll show you how to actually put this web page on MySpace and what it means to actually put it in MySpace. So here would be cool to add an image, right? I also need to show a CSS a little bit. So to add an image, we use an image tag, and an image tag goes like this, and then you type is it a source or a href? A source. Well, for that we will need an image, right? The actual image. Let's see if I have some good images. Pictures. Oh, how about this image of someone my friend sent me? It's an ICQ. Oh God, I lost it. I don't know if someone of you familiar with this program, but it's an ICQ window. It's a messaging app to use back in the days at
You
school.
still have that?
No, but somebody found like an old screenshot of that person, my friend, having conversation with me on an ICQ. I was like, "This is." You see, it said Kiko here.
What year was that? Like 25 years ago?
It's something like that. Oh, this is my ICQ number. Oh my God, I need to find this. That's great. So if you grab this file and we go back here, and you can grab any image you want. Reveal and Finder. So this is our location of our HTML. So we just paste this image here. I'm going to rename it. So name it ICQ, JPEG. And so in here, all I need to type is ICQ, and it's actually autocomplete it. It's smart. It's nice. So just do that. As long as the image in the same directory as the file, this path will work. So it's assume if you don't type any other paths, it's assumed it's in the same directory. It's just the name. So now if I go to my browser and refresh, and here it is. Super easy. Now I would like all this stuff start looking a little bit more like a cute website and not like something from 2001. So, and for that, and also let's actually fix our HTML. There's a kind of fast way to start typing a page. If you start typing HTML, and there's all this autocomplete in VS Code. So if you select this tag, the second one, the 5, so it's going to populate this block of text, which is actually a better starting point for the thing, for our web page. So we're gonna copy this thing out. I'm gonna remove this one that we just made. And so we're gonna paste this thing into this body.
Where did you do the search?
So what I did, I have an empty page. I started typing HTML, and then give me this autocomplete. So I selected the second one with an arrow key, and then press enter. And basically, what's it called, a snippet.
Is that an extension or is that?
No, it's by default. So I recommend you to start that because this has, like, check it out, like it has a web page title already for you, and it has this meta tags. This tag basically make your page work on mobile correctly, and this tag is set at what's called a character set, because every program on the computer that reads a text, it needs to understand which encoding being used for this text. This thing is often omitted even by professional people because people don't really understand what text encoding is, and then they kind of like neglect it. But it's actually pretty important because if encoding is not specified, a program has no valid way of determining which encoding was used for the text, and there are multiple encoding.
How did you get to that app snippet again?
Yeah, if you have a empty page, you start typing HTML, HTM,
Okay.
and
But
this
you have Emmet abbreviations.
no, it's enabled by default.
Somehow he doesn't have it.
You don't have it?
Doesn't work. So
I didn't install anything special. I have it on every machine.
Emmet?
I thought it's enabled by default. I'm kind of pretty
Trying to
positive.
figure out why. Yeah, it does. Definitely, it doesn't work.
Mm.
What shows up? Just HTML?
Does it work for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Strange, doesn't work for
I've
him.
installed some HTML.
Let me see what-
Ah, you did?
Extension.
I haven't installed anything.
Anyway, another way to do it that I also sometimes do, HTML, and I think it's on the this website is pretty cool. W3 School. This also has all this tags and the description. It's probably might be even better for beginners because it has a little bit more description. And from here, you can, for example, copy this example as well, which will work fine. So I do this again, and I paste my body. Oh my god, no. I already copied everything here. I'm going to format it again. Nice. So that's why browser was complaining, because it was missing this doc type that browsers require.
But it still works.
It still worked because basically browsers are smart and they assume by default they assume UTF-8 encoding, and by default they assume your page is an HTML page and not something else. So if you go back, nothing should change really. So we refresh, nothing really changed. But this is just like a sort of more canonical, cleaner page.
You want the image to be inside of the body?
Yeah, everything goes inside the body, all the content. And if it gets intimidating for you, all this text, if you like beginner with the text, there's a good feature here at the VS Code. You can start collapsing things. For example, I can collapse head tag. I'll leave the body, like body I want. So now I'm looking at the body, so I don't have to see any of this scary thing. So yeah, I was saying we want to style our page to look a little prettier, and let's change the title, because the title you'll see show up on your tab right here, the document on the browser tab. So you don't want it to be a document, so you want it to be something meaningful, like Keith's blog. So if I do that, refresh, you can see this updates. And we can even put an emoji or something
Put lambdas.
here, and it also shows up, which is pretty nice. Lambdas.
Put lambdas. Now you put
Put lambdas in HTML.
All right, in order to start styling our page, we actually need to learn now a different language. And that language is called CSS. But what interesting is that this language get embedded inside of the HTML itself. So in order to do that, we need to specify a special tag called style. And everything within this tag will be called CSS. What's it called? Cascading style sheets.
yes.
So it stands for style sheet, and the reason why they're cascading, you'll see in a minute. So now let's say, what's the first thing I want to do with this? If you look at the full page, I really don't like how it's like from the very edge of my screen to the other edge of my screen. It's not very pleasing. I would like to be like more like centered.
How come yours is on a black background?
Sorry, because I have this extension dark reader on.
Oh, okay.
So this is actually how my page looks. So let's actually, what Vincent said, maybe we wanted to make it black. So black mode is good. So let's do that first. So we have this body. Remember, everything is inside the body. So first we want to style the body. And CSS is very simple. So what it consists of is called a selector and attributes that you specify. So the syntax is the following. You specify your selector. In this case, it's a body. And you literally type the body. And then in the curly braces, opening and closing, you start specifying a set of attributes that you want to set on that HTML element. In this case, we want, and VS Code is nice because it's going to autocomplete everything for you and even show you the help for each element. So if you start typing background, so you see the first thing that show up is background color. So we do that, and it's also nicely display all these colors that are possible. Those are just presets. You obviously can do a different color, but like in this case, black is fine. But it's also it will show this little icon. You can actually hover over it, and you can change. I don't like absolutely black. I like when it's slightly grayer. So if I do that, save, go back, refresh, now my page is black. The problem is that the font is black too, so we need to fix that. So for the font, the attribute really called just color, and we want to set it to white. And as well, I don't like full white. I'm going to make it slightly darker, and then just replace it with this RGB value. So now refresh. This is great. Is this clear? So we select in the body. Everything within this body gets assigned those attributes. And this attributes, the syntax is the following. You have the attribute name separated by the colon in between, and then you have a value right here. So you have an attribute name, colon, and the value. And everything goes inside this thing for a particular selector. CSS selector, what they call them. Now we're going to, let's say I want my H1 title to be bigger. So I can do H1, open, close, and braces. Now I'm selecting this. Everything within H tag will get this thing applied. So, and I do font size, and let's do 24 pixel. I refresh. This actually is smaller than before, so maybe about 64. Yeah, that's great. So now we're selecting body here. This is what we're applying to the body. We're selecting the header 1, and we're applying font size of 64 pixel size. And so now what's great about these tools I showed you right here, if you go to inspect, and then you can hover over this element, let's say H1, and then you can see all the CSS that are attached. And you can start even playing with it here, and that's become like pretty fun and interactive. So I can, for example, disable it. I can select this thing, and I can start actually interactively changing it. Let's say, like, you know, just artistically looking, okay, this is maybe a good size, so I can copy this value. Now I can paste it in here.
That's cool.
So now if I refresh, it's gonna stay. And this is the thing. And then, you know, I can start playing with the color as well, interactively. So the dev tools are definitely must.
I remember a world without that tools.
You do? I actually don't remember that tool. I was not really doing any code.
Very much not fun.
That's
Yeah, and basically you can, anything that possible you can see on the web page, like you open any fancy website, anything can be done through the CSS and pretty much HTML and some JavaScript sometimes. But a lot of this actually can be done with CSS, all the sort of presentation of it. The interaction part often done with JavaScript, but the look of it done with CSS and HTML pure. So as I said, I want to center this thing. And you can think about everything on the page as a box. And in fact, it's called, I think it's called box model, something box model. So everything on the page is the box, and everything has a relationship to other boxes. So if I hover over this blog, the question is, why is there so much space right here? So if I select this thing, you can see it's kind of highlights this up and down areas, which are yellow. Those areas are called margins. So I think you can see it here. Yeah, if you go to layout, you see that every element, it's kind of like showing you the values for each of the things. So in the box model, you have the element body, which is this. Then you have the border, which is not defined in this case. And then you have a margin, which in this case is set to this value. But I can also, oh, I didn't know you can do that here. You can start adjusting these values as well. And you can see it's even created this property for me, set margin top. So I can also copy this and put it as a permanent property. So for every H tag, now I can have a margin that's, let's say, 120 pixel. All right. So now you see that margin is increased. And everything here on this page is the box. So including the body itself. So if I select the body is also the box. So I want this body to be, to add margins basically on each side of the body. So what we're gonna do in the body, we're gonna do margin. Well, actually, let's do for simplicity margin left. We're going to do auto. So this is a special keyword that you'll see what it does. I'll do margin margin right. Auto. So I do this too. So it will try to set the margin to automatically, but only if one condition is defined, if the actual width of the body element is set. And right now the width of the body is not set, so we want to set it. So we do a width, and we're gonna do let's say 60%. So and when you do a percent, what it means, that means it's a 60% of a visible screen area. So if I do that and I refresh, and in CSS there are often many ways to achieve the same result, and CSS is a pretty weird language. There is no definitive way, because there's no definitive way to do it. It's become kind of an art form. And if you like go deeper online and start like playing and seeing all the different examples, often it's hard to understand what it like even means, and often you end up using certain snippets that do things that you like really not understand. And this is where it become a little bit of an art form. If you like embrace it, it become kind of fun, but it can be also very frustrating. There is this thing that I like, this meme I like, what's it called? Family Guy. It's a GIF. This is what it likes to work with CSS. It's very accurate representation.
It hurts.
Yeah. But hey, we got our stuff centered. But the question is, can you center it horizontally? And that's but so now if I look at my body here, you see that the margins are set to automatic, and because the width is constrained to a 60% of the screen, and the margins are automatic, it basically it centers itself automatically. There are other ways to do it. This is just like one of the simplest way. And so what's great about this that I mean, it's not going to work great on mobile, but because of this margin, it's going to look like this. And so this image get kind of fucked. So we can also fix that real fast. And usually, like, the way I know it, because I Google it so many times, is like how to make image fit to its container, right? And then you just have a snippet or ask LLM about it. It's really great at it. But try to still have a little bit of understanding what you're doing, because LLM can code this web page in no time. So it's not a problem. What is the problem is you maintaining this web page into the future. So we do, what I'm trying to do, fit the image. So we need to select the image first. So that image selector, let's do that. We do image. And to make the image fit to its container, we're going to use a property called max width. And you're going to set it to 100%.
What? I did the same thing with width. What's the difference?
Here?
No.
With width?
Yeah.
Actually, maybe you're right. It's probably width. Yeah.
What's the difference between the two?
The width just set the width of the element, and the max width set the, you know how like you scale the page and you can expand the element to scale. It's going to send like the absolute max, so it can still scale down, because if you just set the width, it cannot scale down or up. It's just in that width. But if it's max width, it's only going to like reach that value and then stop. So here that worked. And the way I got to this mobile view, I just pressed this little button right here on the DevTools, with just basically a small viewport. So yeah, so this is sort of the basic, because we can go as deep, as possible. But what I want to do next, I want to show what actually to do with this page and how to put it in the web, because this is already super useful. In fact, this is how I created all the MySpace pages. So for example, this Film Academy page I made it by typing HTML. I didn't use any fancy tool. And if you look at the inspect, the source, view page source, this HTML, I will type it by hand. I mean, of course, LLM assisted, but like I understand everything what's going on here. I would be like, I would have my notes in the markdown. I would just paste my notes here. They select the note and they say convert this to HTML. It can convert, and then I just fix a few things.
You convert it right directly in VS Code?
You can probably do in VS Code. I was typing it in Emacs, and I was just selecting the text there because I have this integration in there.
Oh.
But you can also type it to a chat. It will convert, you paste it back. That's just a little more cumbersome workflow, but it's still faster than you doing it by hand. But as I said, for the beginners, I would refrain from doing that, and by just practicing by doing it manually. But in fact, my web page as well, which is this cat XYZ, is also made by hand, and it's just a pure HTML. There is no even CSS in this page. And it's nice. And it has all this, so if you go to mobile, right? So it scales itself nicely, and you can even have a different type of layouts and views. It's simple, but it's functional. So right here, you can switch to different layouts. And I have all these different pages. And those pages are nothing more but just another file on disk. So this is just called real, and this is just called a blog. This is France. This is all just made. If you look at this new page source. So there's a little bit of style. There's this navigation header. And this is all the little card items, which I just made by hand. And the reason why I did it, I used to have this website written in React, and then I had this website written in what's it called, Next.js, and all these fancy frameworks because I was so excited. But what turns out that over time, maintaining this website for more than almost 10 years now, that every tool become cumbersome, and there is certain tooling associated with the building it, and the ecosystem constantly updated. And every time I come to do a simple change, I forget how to do that, and something break. I have to update my dependency, and I got so tired of this. I was like, well, if I'm doing something that I'm going to maintain for a long time, it's got to be very simple. And the most simple thing I can think of is this. And after I'd done that, I sort of never looked back. It's the greatest thing ever because don't have to worry about it at all. Nothing breaks. It's just text in the file on disk. So yeah, how do we actually put this page that other people can access? So here on Mars Space, we can do on the local network. So on any computer, you can have a program called a web server. What web server does in its the most primitive form, it takes the directory on your local file system, and then it's listen on the network port for a request that's sent over HTTP protocol from another machine. And so once it's received the request, it's going to look at the path inside the URL, and it's going to look at the directory that it's mapped into, and it's going to send a corresponding file with the same name back to the browser. So let's try this experiment. So we have this hello HTML directory. I'm going to jump into terminal. So I'm in the same directory here. So here, hello HTML. The simplest ever, if you have Python installed, which you probably do, I think installed by default on every Mac. So you can spin up a very simple web server by doing the following command. Type in python.m http server. I think that's it. Nope, Python not found. I don't
Isn't
know.
it like simple HTTP server, the name?
No, it used to be Python 2.7, now they updated. But I don't have Python installed, that's a bummer.
Well, you have Nixit, then you have Nixit.
How come? How come I don't have Python installed? Okay, brew, install. This just makes no sense.
Why don't you have Python?
I thought it's installed by default on every Mac. Do you have?
I thought it was installed by default on every Mac too.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think you install Py. You're in a path of print.
So, to get up to this part now,
So it's installing Python 3.13 for me.
this folder in my directory, right?
Which one are you using?
So, I can get into,
You have it.
well, I moved where this was. To the file
Oh,
location.
yeah, so you should go to that.
And use the is this.
Can you move into this code? Yeah, let's see. Or do you know the path? No. Do you remember?
I'm trying to install Python, but it keeps saying updating homebrew.
I think you can do.
But you said you have Python installed already.
No, I actually don't.
You just type Python.
Yeah, it says command not found.
Then
But
just
then
do
I did-
brew install Python.
Yeah, but now it's just stuck on updating
That's where
homebrew.
I'm
That's good.
too, so.
Just let it
Well,
be.
I mean, I
Just
don't know
take it
much,
out.
but it should tell you to go to the folder in the command line. The point is like, so click on
Brew is sometimes annoying. It's like you install something. Look what it's doing right now. It's updating all of my packages.
Control L.
And I didn't ask for it, but it's doing that.
Why is it do
I don't know. It's just how it is by default. Just let it be.
Yeah.
It shouldn't take too long.
Well, it's annoying. You just have to delete all this new.
But yeah, install Python because in the future lab, I think maybe actually next week we're actually going to do a little bit of Python coding as well, which should be fun. I can't believe they removed Python from Mac. It used to be default.
Just go there
Yeah, copy.
and just do
CD,
CD.
but not. You have to really put what it's about. Just paste it. And you put it in the spot.
Oh, come on.
Delete this
Or
one.
just press backspace.
Brew is awesome though. So because it give you access to this ecosystem of just hundreds of different packages
Yeah.
that people maintain. You can install tools and everything.
There's a.
It's a good package manager. I used it for many years. It never had like significant problems with it.
How long is
Two
updating
ways
Homebrew
of
supposed
going
to
about
last?
that.
Updating what?
Homebrew supposed to last. It's been a
Should be
few
a
minutes.
slash.
Yeah. Slash.
Is it moving or nothing is moving?
Space,
Just update Homebrew dot.
Either you
But the dots are moving?
the whole thing,
No.
or you put where the space is.
I tried to restart it, do control, but no, just wait.
Which is a space.
Keep waiting.
Escape and cut. And space. That the space exists. Without the space, it's only.
Okay, so it's slash
Yeah,
this,
that should work.
and then take out.
Should clean up my packages so I don't use any of the
Just
stuff.
CD into it. Or you put quotes. You just let the space inside the quotes.
In fact, I haven't used Brew in a long time, so that's why it's doing it.
Okay.
PWD.
Now. Cool. Now I need to do.
I'm gonna look at your screen.
You don't have Python installed probably. So you fix. Try
Suppose.
to-
Just like Python.
That's always been doing.
Correct.
Okay.
So and probably you don't have Brew. Do you have Brew?
I mean, I haven't installed anything special, so
So
probably
probably
not.
not. Just
look at
try
the
Brew install.
activity monitor.
Python. It's probably to the Brew. Correct. You should go to browser. On Brew.
Homebrew.
Yeah. And you have instructions.
Oh God, what is it doing? It's VS Code.
It's VS Code? But
Yeah,
I
it's
VS
code
Code.
converters. Loading your CPU big time.
Okay. Drop it in here.
Here you go.
Right.
Or you need admin password to install stuff.
How do you input your password?
Keep typing. It doesn't show how many characters.
Is that why?
Oh, it's only gonna show any of it?
Yeah.
It's
it's
safety.
But what was that?
But it's confusing at first.
That's
It's
something
telling you
for
what is
VS
going to
Code, I'm not
happen.
sure.
But like,
and just waiting for you to confirm.
So
Well, this
Brew,
doesn't seem to be.
there's some way that I'm installing stuff.
Mhm.
What is Brew allowing me to do that
It's a
wasn't
package.
already
It's a
there?
package manager. So it's going to allow you to install packages easily.
Okay, because there was some kind of default package manager, right? Like that's how I'm installing Brew.
No. That what you just did there is like run a script that installs the package.
Okay.
I don't
Maybe
know
it'll take a
how
while.
if they provide any package
I
manager.
think it's
I don't
working
so.
and it's taking a while.
But they have a store, right? So maybe the store is the closest to the package manager in this case.
So
The App Store.
in the future, when I install packages, I'm not gonna just be running a script to get the
In
package.
general, no. You should try first with whenever in this session.
So
It
now
might
I
happen
can-
sometimes.
No, it
It's,
doesn't.
it's like
Now
now
I'm
you're
gonna go
bootstrapping
to
the whole thing.
Brew, Install Python.
Python.
No, I've had issues with
You
Brew.
have to open a new. Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
Next
Just
steps
now?
you have to do this.
now.
Yeah. I
have
haven't tried to
to-
run Python.
To add Homebrew to your path, copy those.
Can I do
Copy
all
those
of them?
names. Yeah. Copy paste. Oh, also the whole code. Now Brew help. Is it
I'm gonna run this though. How come it's
Yeah,
it's trying to update?
Back on the NAS.
Alright.
It's,
For some reason, my
if you just install it, right? I don't understand.
Oh, I didn't install
And
it.
it doesn't seem to have my email either. So it's
Return? Or no? Not.
Yeah, it said the following new directories will be created. Return to continue.
Return to. So do that?
Yeah.
Wait, so I didn't have.
Okay, now it's downloading this down Homebrew.
So I didn't have Homebrew before?
You did,
your,
but
Welcome to
I guess it was kind of
I-
broken. So
You can search now, so you can find our
I don't know, this is-
conversations.
Oh,
and stuff.
since now this is happening, but this is kind of like killing time. I can explain to you what happened
Never
before.
really used.
Go to VS Code.
But this is actually doing something.
Okay.
So what happened
Yeah.
before is that this is a normal text file. There's nothing informing that this is an HTML page.
Oh,
Whereas
okay.
this does, so it
Still
goes
updated
into, oh, this is HTML,
Got
you
it.
have these utilities available for you.
So I just didn't name it correctly.
I'm gonna
Just didn't put
No, no,
dot
no,
HTML
no, it's
Yeah.
not
to the
that.
name.
Well,
It's
I
like
tried that
having
one,
an
but then
image and
also,
not saying
like later
Yeah.
you said
So, you know,
gave you the wrong
it's
password.
aware
If you
of
go
the
down
file
more,
extension to
down a
provide
little bit,
you utilities.
Okay,
That's
password,
fine.
and you said it's
So
also
that's
not
it.
either of
That's
those
what happened.
passwords.
That's
so.
weird.
I also
Weird.
added the image in. If I have an image in here though, I just add it.
If you define your password,
But you should
but the
expect
easiest would be
put it in
put
simple.
the email address
So-
in there so that I
We
can-
don't actually have a
Oh, you don't do
mail
that?
server, so
Put it in
those
some
email
folder
addresses
that's
are just
on.
Why don't we have a mail server? That seems odd.
ask GIF.
Yes, why don't we have a mail server?
Are you serious right now?
Huh? I'm serious.
Basically, maintaining, you talking mail server from scratch where we maintain the whole stack of mail, client, and the domain, or are you talking about
No,
mail
I'm-
serving on the Gmail?
I'm talking about send me a reset password email.
Yeah, then you need to pay for it.
Oh, because it's not free. That's
Yeah, because it's someone like Google provider or something.
What's the new URL for DSM, GIF?
NAS.
NAS.
That's Mars, they're called.
5001?
No, actually, you don't need port anymore. That's a good thing.
So just nas.mars.college?
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause I didn't finish this part either.
because the web server is disabled now. It basically goes straight to the
100%.
web interface.
But now the security certificate is.
Certificate it needs to be figured out. I don't know what's the deal with the certificates. Everything is HTTP right now.
That's
They always get screwed up. Even before that, I had some issues with that. I installed Python, but for some reason it's not available. I cannot run it. It said a version something. PPTC pointing to Python 3. I know what's the problem. I think I have Python, but it's called Python 3. That's right. Actually, you should also
You
check
might have had
that.
it all along.
Yeah.
100% of my parent, of my container.
Just so you might have a Python. So it turns out that it's called Python 3
I
now.
have to type in Python 3.
Yeah. Try to type Python 3-v. It will show you a Python
Why
version.
don't I go back to my...
Do Control C to cancel. Well, let Homebrew running. Just do Command T for a new tab.
Command T.
It will just open a new tab and you
And try
turn.
Python 3.
Yeah.
So it's killed 9.
Killed.
Killed 9.
That's not good.
Okay.
Isn't it great that the kill command doesn't send the kill signal?
I didn't type in the kill. It just says killed 9 whenever I type in Python 3.
This might be. You know what's related? If you go to your settings,
A sign-in request was sent to my mobile.
go to your system settings right now.
And you have to sign in.
Just to check. It's security bullshit of Mac. I think related. So and then your system settings, go to privacy and security.
Wow, that's really terrible.
Okay.
Scroll all the way down. See if you have anything about the blocked app in here.
Blocked apps.
Make sure that you say allow application from.
App Store and known developers. That's what I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have all the same.
Wait, look,
Do you have any buttons there showing up?
Spider 23.
No. Apple Intelligence Support on.
Mm.
What is
Okay,
that?
let's see.
What the hell? That's crazy, right?
I mean, so far, no, I don't know.
There you go. But
I know this error, but not with a different thing.
Killed 9.
Is to just add it as an extra.
You killed 9.
It looked like it just showed him which version it was.
So if we just
Yeah,
right
but
made
it's
it random.
Q, yeah, no, that I could make that mistake all the time.
and say
Q,
map,
it still shows you though, like, just type Q
and
and
then
enter. Let's do Q.
Yeah, I don't think the
No,
updating
exit,
Homebrew is
exit Q. Or so type
So you can try what this guy is suggesting.
and then H for home or whatever.
it, so I'm gonna send you.
I just like these all the time, so
Well,
that's why they
just
are-
Google it the way I did.
Just
What did
put
you Google?
NAS.
Python
space
3
dash dash.
Yeah.
killed 9.
OSX killed 9.
That's the short.
First link on Stack Overflow.
Share.
What is killed 9?
So
Okay, so this code
here I'll show you how to resolve it. So this code sign, you just copy this command.
and put it into terminal.
Yeah, but you need to adjust it a little bit. Hold on. You just copy it.
Yeah.
But here, you see how he said path to the binary.
Yeah.
So you need to replace that, right? So in order to find the path to the Python binary, you can type which Python 3.
You're already in here.
So that's going to show you where that binary is actually located on your file system.
Just cancel this.
Here, which Python 3.
Okay.
So which command will just show a binary location.
Mine's in
So-
this path, I guess.
So now you need to paste that command that you copied, and now you need to copy and paste this path,
Right here. You can delete that.
and then go and then replace that.
Disconnect.
So it should look something like that. Look at my screen.
Mine keeps trying to run before I.
Share Mars
Okay, never mind.
NAS, and you would do the same.
And then just
Can you
copy
show
the
me the
path.
home button?
Yeah, it should look something like that.
For your personal private storage.
By the way, if you want to navigate quicker, if you hold Option and use arrow keys, that move cursor by word.
Right click on network.
So where did you get this whole line from?
So you got which telling you the homebrew one, but he
Mine
has
says
here.
internal error in code signing subsystem.
So it didn't work.
I guess that didn't work.
Sudo. Try do this. Add at the beginning like this. Sudo, which means run it as the administrator basically. Sudo
Yeah.
Sudo.
space.
That's
So
how I thought sudo spelled it.
Sudo dodecahedron.
So his name on the package is pseudo holographic.
Yeah, I know.
Pseudo dodecahedron holographic.
did it work? It said
It's
type your
asking for
password.
the Department of
So-
Mars-
No,
Mars
there's no-
College, Mars College.
Anyways, now I just
Pseudo
There's
code
his
sign
middle name,
sign.
Home is just, I
Oh,
can
wait.
use this for storage.
Exactly.
Pseudo dodecahedron holographic. Coolest name in the
So
world.
where is MarSpace in here?
Oh, for Mars Space.
I'm
that's
just so used to hearing
one
sudo
more, that's,
sudo that
slash
I was in Bangalore and someone was mentioning him by his real name. I was like, who?
Slash web.
Wow, that would be really weird to hear his real name.
Real name
And
is-
then it kicked him in saying, yeah, sudo. Okay, fine. This is like, what the fuck?
Oh, now it's asking for my password.
So
Okay.
it worked.
Wait, but let me try with
Python.
Python.
Not which.
No, let me try
Python dash V, that capital V.
Killed 9.
Oh fuck. Okay, we're gonna resolve it. I'm gonna continue with the demo. We're gonna resolve it later. So I do Python dash m, and then do HTTP server.
Is that MarSpace?
That's Mars Space.
You misspelled server.
My, I guess.
Sever.
Seva.
So if I do that, it's gonna print serving HTTP on port 8000.
Go back up to-
So what it means that now I can go and open it in the web browser. In fact, you can open it too from your machine. So if I go to a web browser, and in this case, since it's on my local machine, I can type localhost and then put this port after a colon 8000. So I'll see my page. How does it know that it needs to return this page? It's because we name it index.html, and by default, every web server, if it's index.html, I'm gonna send it first. So, but usually, if you have any other page, you would type something here, like, I don't know, like blog. And that will correspond, you'll type blog HTML. So that will basically go and look in that directory if there's a page named blog HTML and try to send it back. So try on your computer right now, try to access my blog now. So if I go to a new tab here, and in order to find my IP address on my computer, I can do ifconfig. That prints a bunch of stuff, but the only thing, it's different network interfaces I have on this machine, but which is ridiculous, right? But the one that I'm interested in called usually EN0. So, and the line that I'm interested in here is called INET here. So this is my IP address. If you type it in your browser, exactly like this. So 10.10.13.107. Try it in your browser.
What was the IP command that brought all this up?
ifconfig, one word. This is very, very important command because it's a common thing to know your network stuff.
So ifconfig and
Then enter. Did anybody access my blog?
It's port 8000.
Port 8000. So if I go here, I paste this IP address. Oh, someone trying to access. Look, I see it.
replicated.
Allow.
What is it?
Have firewall installed.
There we go.
10.10.1.3.107.
Yeah, so if I do this 10.10.13.107 colon 8000.
And this is how.
And you see, I have firewall. Someone say, this IP tried to access me. So some of you have IP 12. So I say allow. You should now see the page. So your IP is 10.10.13.12.
Whoa. This is Z shape.
But okay, so just circle it all back. How cool it is, like, we created a fucking single text file and typed just a little bit of code that wasn't that hard to understand, and we have full-blown web page now that we can all share between our computers and see. And so we have one of these web servers running on actually right here on this computer, but it's available from anywhere on the internet. In fact, this page also available anywhere on our MarsNet. Anybody on Mars can type this address and they will see this page, as long as my computer is on, obviously, with this little Python command that we run. Where is it? You can actually see it's displaying the log. So there was like a GET request to this page, and then so if you like access it, and in the IP address. So this is a Gandala IP address. I think this is Vincent IP address, which is a weird one.
Yeah, why is that?
Not sure.
Oh, I know why. Because I'm not hitting it from this computer. I'm hitting it from the one in.
Right. So I'm gonna shut it down. I show you how to just place it on my on NAS. So if I go here, and hopefully you know already how to connect to NAS. So I have it connected here. If I go to the web directory, and this is this whole directory is basically served by a web server. Anything you put in this directory will be accessible through space.mars.college URL. So let's put my newly created blog directory here. Where is it? Where did I put it? That was a PR. Hello HTML. Actually going to there's already index page in there, but so I'm going to rename it to Keep blog, and I take the image as well. So I go to users right here, and I'm going to I already have this user, so let's create a new directory, maybe just for another user. How do I create a directory on Mac? God damn it.
How do you create it? Right, the three dots.
New here. So I'm going to call it let's call it Bob. So just created a folder named Bob on the users, and I'm going to put the stuff here. Actually, now we can rename it back. Index. So now what I have, this is a web directory, and on the users, there's all these users, and one of them is named Bob.
Wait, so you just copy and pasted your?
Yeah, this is just a directory. Just make a folder, and I copy pasted my page. So now if I go to Mars space, so I type here space mars.college, and then I go / users. Remember, because it's directory name, users, and I do Bob. Boom. So same thing. But one question you might ask, okay, cool, this is like Mars network, but what I'm working on my resume or portfolio, I want to put it online. Absolutely the same principle. All you need to do, you need to have a computer somewhere online which usually called a host or hosting service. Basically just a computer somewhere in the cloud with the web server running. And all you need to do is just to copy this file onto this computer into a directory that that web server is running. And usually that machine also provides you an IP address. And if it's a hosting, they also usually provide some sort of method for you to attach your domain to that IP address. And so you pretty much good to go with that. So you can, and they're like, there are some old school hosting providers where this process is more straightforward than like with the modern providers where you build stuff with the templates like Wix and all that stuff. They like abstract into fancy UI, but there's literally providers you can go and you open the UI and they have like a folder for you. You like drag and drop the file in there and like your CSS or like your images. And then there are some other panels where you like configure your domain and you just like type your domain and things like that. But I do like, so my website right here, this is just a machine and it also has an IP address. So if I go here, so if I ping this address without the protocol, so now it's just pinging this machine, but what it's revealing to me is this IP address. So this IP address is a public address of machine that's located somewhere in San Francisco data center. And the way I got the access to this machine is through a service called DigitalOcean. This is just a cloud service provider that provide you machines on the cloud, and you can do anything with this computer. So if I go droplets, this is how they call them. What the fuck is that? That's really annoying. Can someone tell me how to fucking close this? I'm really annoyed now. Look, it's redirecting me to this bullshit page.
Nice complicated website.
Did you pay?
Yeah, I pay for this $6 a month.
But did you pay $10 a month?
Oh, what the fuck?
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, exactly, right?
That's
Oh.
Different.
Somehow.
It's a different account.
But so this is the machine and this is the IP address and this is exactly what you just saw right here. So I can use this IP address and I can connect to this machine remotely through a terminal. And I have a command already. So I do SSH, and SSH is a program that you use. And you do undo CoderCat. And now I'm connected. Now I'm on this remote machine and I can access its files. I'm not on my machine right now, I'm actually on this remote machine. And so if you go to directory named CoderCat, this is actual website. CoderCat www, I guess. So, and this is all the pages I have on the website. And the main page that you were looking at is, I mean, we can look at this contact, for example. So this is just a contact web page as is shown on the website. Is there a contact? It's supposed to be a contact web page. Yeah, there's a contact. For some reason, it's not in the menu. so you can see that this is the page, and on this machine I can go and I can modify this file. Let's actually do it. So if I go open the text editor, so this is the page, not super pretty, but works. So it said CoderCAD contact, where's the body? So menu, and so the section for collaboration. And so I can add something here. Let's say like a new paragraph. And I can save, exit. See, and now it's just updated. And this is it's a public website, so it's on the internet. But it's because simple HTML, very simple to modify, and I can modify. I usually modify it locally, and then I just copy it there with also a simple utility. So this is how I do it. I'm going to remove it. Okay. Now it's gone. Yeah, so if you wanna start working on your page, that would be cool. And just to get inspired, I guess you can check our other pages on the Mars space that people made. Alejandro has a dope page, actually. He has a lot of info. But his page is also simple. Did you do it by hand?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Completely.
Nice.
I guess I should do. I didn't do one last year like this, but also like I dropped many projects, so I should do it this year.
Oh, Dalki went crazy. This is actual, what you see is not a video, it's actual 3D object. I was doing Blender course, 2 years ago actually. And this is a temple of silence she made, you might have seen it in the desert. And she also made a 3D model as part of this Blender course. And then I show her how to put 3D model on the web page and do all this crazy spinning stuff. So it's the actual 3D model she made, and then she put in the page thing. It's very cool. And there's sound. Yeah, it was JavaScript. 3JS library in this case. And she put in a song, how cute. And all this crazy text with CSS. I bet she used LLM for this one. Just to find out how to do this kind of wacky thing.
Doing fine, yes. Are you like in pain over the whole thing now, or are you just handling it?
I'm handling it. Of course, everything is painful. It's different stages we go through in life. You know, you have to go through pain.
Oh, I doubt it. We get it. Jibel. Oh, Iwan was here somewhere. No, he didn't make it to the selects. Josh. Oh, Josh is actually cool. This is real spirit of 2000. I love it.
It's what?
Wow, look at this. It's like a 2004, 3 freaking internet. Yeah, amazing. We should do like a workshop how to make banners like this. It's probably very hard right now.
Yeah. Ironically retro.
Yeah, try to make it with LLM. Hell no.
Yeah. Try to make something that looks old.
Yeah, like this.
It's like, well, we've added some React jizz in here. It's like on every hover state. You're like, no.
No. All right.
This is great. I'm gonna tear myself away, so I'm ready for our half marathon in the morning.
Oh god, we're doing that.
Yep.